As inflation puts more pressure on Americans, some are saying they predict the Fed rate hike could have dire consequences for consumers. Home Depot's former CEO is here.
So I would tell the consumer, make sure that you're building up cash reserves. Build up a supply of non-perishables in your home. Make sure that you're prepared for a sustainable inflationary period. What really scared me to death is when I heard the president and administration say, there's really nothing we can do to affect this period and this the situation that we're in today. That is just unconscionable response to the demands and the issues we're facing.
David Asman, Fox Business anchor, unconscionable, but is it a lie? I mean, is this the White House that can actually fail at just about everything it tries at this point? Well, or can they do something?
You couldn't devise a plan, a better plan for slowing the economy and for increasing inflation even more. You couldn't devise a better plan than what they're doing, which is great. We have a supply problem in the United States right now. By the way, Nordelli was exactly right. It is so simple. It is not rocket science.
Well, how simple is it?
It's so simple because all you have to do is increase supply. And the way you do that is increase incentives for the suppliers, for the producers. Instead, they're beating up on the producers. They're creating more problems for the producers. They're increasing regulations. They're threatening to increase taxes. They're even threatening to do price controls, which would cause producers to get out of business entirely because you can't produce at a loss. It's that simple.
Well, I mentioned the national gas price and what Americans are feeling. This is why. $5 per gallon of regular unleaded now in most of the United States. New Fox polling shows a huge majority, 90% say gas prices are a problem for them and their families. 67% say it's a major problem. And Biden is blaming the oil companies. His climate czar, gosh, I forgot we had one, right? Because he takes planes, so it confuses me. John Kerry is taking some heat after the RNC posted a clip of John Kerry railing against fossil fuels. Watch.
The energy security worry is driving a lot of the thoughts now about, oh, we need more drilling of gas. We need more drilling of this. We need to go back to coal. No, we don't. We absolutely don't. And we have to prevent a false narrative from entering into this.
You know, every time they talk, I can see Joe Manchin in West Virginia saying, maybe I should run for president.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but that's a false narrative. He said, no, we shouldn't go back to coal. We are going back to coal as a result of these policies. We were creating energy. 20% of our energy came from coal in 2019.
Manchin country.
20%. Now it's 24%. Yeah. Why are we increasing coal use in the United States? Because they're beating up on natural gas and they're closing the pipeline. So the air is getting dirtier. We're using more coal because of these policies.
Well, not only is our air getting dirtier, our politics are getting dirtier. Yeah. We're willing to do politics now with what Americans are going through. We're going to go to Venezuela, the dirtiest oil producer on the planet, and we're also going to go beg from Saudi Arabia, who this president said, well, they're going to be a pariah. Now we're going begging, and they're not exactly clean either.
And while we're going begging to dirty, corrupt dictatorships that produce oil, we are killing our own. And yesterday, the president just sent out this letter to oil company CEOs saying, you better watch out or I'm going to use executive orders in order to do something. He didn't specify what that was, but a lot of people are thinking it was at the very least caps on prices, that is price controls, which always lead to more shortages. So as I said at the beginning, we need more supplies. They're putting in policies that will create shortages. We're going to have the gas lines from the 1970s if he goes ahead with this.
Unbelievable. You know what, though? His own words, and I tell people often on my social media, don't look away. This country is in dire straits right now, and you need to see how a guy who says he wants to run again wants to handle it. So let's just this was 2 weeks ago. Let's take a look.
Families are carrying less debt. Their average savings are up. A recent survey from the Federal Reserve found that more Americans feel financially comfortable than any time since the survey began in 2013.
But a new survey by the National Retail Federation has 58% of Americans saying they have to go into debt, borrow, or dip into their savings just to do what they did a year ago.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Well, and you have a president, meanwhile, while all Americans know what's happening, who is in a state of denial about what's happening.
Well, he said basically the same thing yesterday. It was a little bit more gobbledygook, but the same thing.
Well, the most basic things, the stuff that we buy at the stores, when we go to the pump, and when we try to buy a house, there were just some new housing numbers that were
let's go
really
through
extraordinary.
those.
By the way, the 30-year fixed mortgage rate is now 5.8%. 5.8%. That's at a point where you have something called demand destruction. That is, people are not going to go out and buy when inflation is higher. Inflation is higher all over the place, and when interest rates are higher, and when they're worried about their jobs in the future. There is now a serious concern about whether we're going into a recession, which you and I have been talking about for months, as a matter of fact.
Which Biden said wouldn't happen maybe until 2023, but maybe not at all. Yeah. Can we dig deeper for 1 second? When you say mortgage rates, I don't want to just gloss over this. That means that your payment now is being eaten up by the interest that you're paying. So the more, like if you make an extra couple payments a year, which is what they tell us to do to bring down our principal, you're breaking even now. And when you're not impacting it in a positive way much.
When you buy a house, you have to think out, how much is this going to cost me every month? When interest rates go up, that figure, that monthly figure that you have to factor in, goes up quite a bit. It might go up $200, might go up $1,000, but while your gas is going up by $100, $200, $300 a month as well, you may think twice about whether you can afford to buy a place. By the way, housing starts are also down 14%. We just had month-over-month
figures. Well, they're a
figures.
forecast of what's coming. It's like, why are we going to build like crazy if people aren't going to buy like crazy? Real quickly, look what's going on with the Dow, because we now are above a loss of 800 points. Just your quick thoughts. My quick thoughts is that we need to increase production in the United States, and this president is making it more difficult to do that. We just had the Fed come out. Everything. But we got to make tampons. I'm not kidding. Like everything has a feminine hygiene products have a shortage right now, David. Oil, food, baby formula, you name it, it's there. But we are reducing production. I know, I don't want to say it. And in fact, we just had figures from the Fed yesterday for the next 3 years of the Biden administration, 2022, the end of this one, 2023 and 2024, the Fed projects that we will not go above a 2% growth rate for all of those years. Look at this. That is Obama once again. Obama had 2 terms in which we didn't have any GDP figure over 2%. The average is much more than that. So we're going back into the era of stagflation. Biden's doing, some people said, is this going to be the 3rd term of Obama? It looks like it is economically. Well, if you liked your bad economy in terms of a slower growth rate, you can have it. Right, exactly. Remember that. You got it, and with inflation. You liked your doctor, you can keep it. That wasn't true. This is true. If you like that bad economy with regard to our growth and our pain, well, you can have that. And it's worse with inflation. David Asman, always great to have you on the Mez. Great to be here. Thank you.